Hi guys and welcome back to the Mighty Blues. My name is of course Cameron. Match reaction, instant match reaction, but it's not instant, is it? Let's be honest, because it's the next morning. Tottenham Hotspur 5, Everton 0. I do apologise for the lack of video last night. Basically we got out the ground, got straight on the coach. The coach was a little bit lively, it was too loud, people weren't particularly happy. And just to give a bit of context to the situation, 12:30 yesterday afternoon, we left Kirby to travel down to London. We got into London, where we got off the coach after a couple of stops at 7:20, half 7, something like that, straight into the ground. Within 15 minutes, the game was over. We were 2-0 down. We lost the game 5-0, and I walked through my front door at 4:20 this morning. 4:20. That's what, a 17-hour day to watch Everton get absolutely embarrassed again away from home. Again, the worst performance of the season. Again, the worst away performance of the season. Why is it that every single time we play away from home, we're sitting here saying, that was the worst performance of the season, that was the worst performance of the season, There was a good, 6,000-7,000 Evertonians that travelled down to London yesterday. The motorway was closed on the way home. Various different bits and bobs. There was a crash on the motorway on the way there. People paid their hard-earned money, took days off work. There was people on our coach that were in work today. 8 o'clock, luckily for me, I'm off today. 4:20, I walked through my front door. And them absolute gutless, spineless, useless idiots couldn't even be bothered to turn in a performance. And do you know what's even worse? We looked alright for the first 5 or 10 minutes. We looked a better team. We were in control. We were moving the ball well. We were working hard. There was battle. And as soon as we went 1-0 down via, again, another Michael Keane mistake and another cross into the box that Seamus Coleman fails to stop, the heads drop. And all of a sudden, Tottenham have 2 attacks and we're 2-0 down. They have a third and we're 3-0 down. And we were utterly embarrassed by a Tottenham team who were good. Look, they've got the likes of Harry Kane, who's an absolutely wonderful striker. Son, who we know is a fantastic player. But they're not brilliant. They were beaten by Middlesbrough in midweek in the FA Cup. They've been beaten by teams this season that you look at and you think, we should be giving them more of a game there. And we were utterly embarrassed. Utterly embarrassed. And it's another defeat. Which takes us closer to the end of the season. And how many times are we going to sit here and go, we'll be alright, we've got 13 games left. Remember when we all sat here and said, we'll be alright, we've got 20 games left. 7 games later, and we've barely fucking moved. We're in the same position. The teams around us are winning games, and if they're not winning, they're playing well, they're working hard, they're battling, and we're turning in performances like that. 5-0 defeats away from home. Fucking abysmal. Absolutely fucking abysmal. And you know what? Every single one of the players that played in that back line yesterday, Michael Keane, Seamus Coleman, Mason Holgate, John Joe Kenny, they should never wear a fucking Everton shirt again. None of them. None of them should ever wear an Everton shirt again. And if this club have got any aspiration of being any sort of a competing club, whether that be for Europe or league titles or whatever in the near future, then in the summer, every single one of them will get bounced. I don't care about your sentiment. I don't care about how long they've been here or this, that and the other. They're not good enough to play for Everton. How many times does Seamus Coleman, an experienced right back who's been a Premier League defender for 10 years, let a cross come into the box? How many times does he have to do that? He's not good enough. He just isn't good enough. I don't care how inexperienced Nathan Patterson is. I don't care how he might be used to the league. I don't care how, he isn't ready yet. I'd have him in there over Seamus Coleman any day of the week. Because at least he's young, at least he's quick, and at least he'll have a bit about him. Seamus Coleman, whether it's his fault or not, irregardless, he's not good enough anymore. Michael Keane was never good enough anyway. But yesterday showed that he's just a calamity. And there might be various reasons for that. He went off at half-time and Frank Lampard said something in regards to him not feeling well and having not felt well for a few weeks. And I think that's a little bit concerning. a little bit concerning. But Michael Keane just needs to not play for Everton now, for his own good and for the club's good, because he's just not good enough. He's just not good enough. He's making mistake after mistake after mistake, and I think the rest of the team are almost waiting for a Michael Keane calamity in every single game. And it come again yesterday. Great volley into the back of the net. If it was the other end of the pitch, he'd have fucking lashed it into Rowe's head. And we just, as I said, as soon as we went 1-0 down, which was in the opening 10 minutes, the heads just dropped. It was just like, yeah, that's it now. We've lost this game, so we'll just pack our bags, get through it, and go home. And somebody said to me, I think it was Ned, on the way home, we were in Milton Keynes. It was about 1:30 in the morning. We'd barely left London. We still had a long way to go. And Matty turned around and said to me, those players will be tucked up in a hotel now, nice and warm, won't even be worrying about that game. They'll be in bed, they'll be asleep, you'll be loving it. And I remember looking, thinking, you know what, you're right. They won't give a shit now. They won't care that however many thousand Evertonians won't walk in their door until 4 o'clock in the morning, having been out since 12:30 the day before to watch that shower of shite. They won't care. They'll just care that they've earned a bit more money and they're tucked up in a hotel room. The manager got it wrong. Tactically, he got it so far right that it's unbelievable. I mean, the decision to play a high line against the Tottenham team who counter-attack the way they do is shocking. We played 5 at the back against Boreham Wood last week. 5 at the back against Boreham Wood. And the decision yesterday was to play 4 at the back and play a high line with defenders like Seamus Coleman and Michael Keane, who have seen more fucking movement in a morgue than the pair of them. And Mason Holgate, who's not very good at the best of times. And John Joe Kenny, who's the most right-footed footballer playing left-back. And John Joe's done okay recently. He has done okay. But let's be honest, he's not a left-back. He's not a left-back. And I don't get why Mykolenko isn't playing there. Now, I know some people will say, oh, there's stuff going on now and, things are going on. And that's fine, that's fair enough. And if that's the reason, then I understand it. But he's coming off the bench. He's starting, games like last week. So, is it a case of that there's stuff going on, or is it a case of that the manager just prefers John Joe Kenny? And if that's the case, then we've signed 2 fullbacks in January, 2 fullbacks which we needed to sign. One of them can't get in over a 30-odd-year-old Seamus Coleman, who's abysmal at footy, let's be honest, he's abysmal at footy. And the other one can't get in over John Joe Kenny at left-back. What the fuck is going on? As I said, Lampard got it wrong with his tactics, far too high of a line. As I said, you can't play that offside trap if players can't play it properly. And it could have been 8 or 9 yesterday. Jordan Pickford made a couple of good saves. Jordan makes a mistake as well for Son's goal, allows it under him far too easily. But Jordan made a couple of good saves. There was a couple of, half chances that they missed. Kane missed a sitter in the first half, an absolute sitter, and yet they still come away 5-0. They took their foot off the gas at the end of the game, and we didn't even threaten them. We were walking around, it was lethargic, it was slow. The whole stadium was singing Dele Alli's name, because they knew we've won this game. So we can afford to sing Dele Alli's name, we can afford to clap him, we can afford it because we've already won this game, so it doesn't matter what he does when he comes on, because he ain't going to impact the score. We're in a relegation battle. And I still don't understand how some Blues can sit there and go, don't be silly, we'll be alright, don't be silly, we'll be alright. We've got to play Watford and Burnley away from home. 2 teams that are in the same situation as we are. Yes, we've got Newcastle. We've got the amount of people yesterday who I bumped into who are confident that we'll beat Wolves next week, on Sunday, is fucking baffling. Absolutely baffling. The amount of people are, oh yeah, we'll beat Wolves. Yes, we're so much better at home, and yes, we're a different team at home, but Wolves are a good side, and the reality is, whether we're better at home or whether we're not, we're fucking shite. We're absolutely shite. So I wouldn't be so confident about Sunday. And then we've got 2 big games. Yes, we've got Newcastle at home, which again is season defining in my opinion, but we've got to beat Burnley and Watford away from home. It's as simple as that. That's got to be 6 points. And judging on that performance yesterday, I said this 2 weeks ago, I don't think we'll pick up another single point away from home this season. I really, really don't. And I think I seen something yesterday. Out of our 13 remaining games or whatever it is, 9 of them or something like that are against teams within the top half of the table. We're still going to play Man United, Chelsea, West Ham. You know, West Ham's our next away game. Brilliant. Who else have we got in there? Still got to play Arsenal, Liverpool. I'm worried. I'm really, really, really worried. I really am. I just don't really see a way back at the minute. To be honest, I don't see a way back. I just think I get that away from home we're worse than we are at home, but it's such a contrast. I mean, 5-0 to a Tottenham side that are a good team. They're not Man City. They're not Liverpool. They're not Chelsea. They're a decent side. But we made them look like prime Barcelona yesterday. They had a field day. The easiest game they'll play all season. Harry Kane said, I think, on Monday Night Football, there's no easy game on the Premier League. He may as well have said, but that one was fucking a piece of piss. Jamie Carragher got it spot on last night. I don't like Jamie Carragher. I hate him as much as any Evertonian, but he got it spot on. He said, 2 weeks ago, I said that this Everton defence was a championship defence. That might be a little bit harsh on championship defenders. And it is. And it is. And I'll say it right. I'll put my head on the line. I don't give a shit anymore. I'll put my head on the line. Unless we get Ben Godfrey and Yerry Mina back fit ASAP, I think we're going down. I think a centre-back pairing of Michael Keane and Mason Holgate take us down. I think a 30-odd-year-old Seamus Coleman at right-back who gets absolutely burnt by every single winger in the league still continues to play. We're going down. We don't create enough chances. Dominic Calvert-Lewin may as well have stayed at home yesterday. Richarlison and Anthony Gordon worked hard and ran round, but there was nothing on the end of it. The midfield were abysmal. Wasn't just the defence. The forward line was shocking as well. Dom, I don't know what's going on, but for me, again, I'd have Richarlison up front and I'd have Dom off the bench. He's not shown anything to show that he deserves to be still playing. I don't know. The manager got it massively wrong. The players again have let us down. But the reality is, it's another game. We're another game closer to the end of the season. It's another defeat. You know, we were all sitting here at the weekend when Burnley lost 4-0 thinking, get in. At least, we've got that. And we went and won up them. Burnley are now sitting there thinking, fucking hell, they're worse than us. I just don't think this is looking good. I really don't. But what can you do? What can you do? I suppose go back next week, or in a couple of weeks when we play Watford. I'll be there. Another journey that'll probably get me in at 5 o'clock in the morning the next day. Palace in the cup, be there. But watching that performance yesterday, Palace will deal with us comfortably. Watford will deal with us comfortably. And I think we're all starting to really, really worry now. And I just don't know where we go from here. But yeah, there you go. That's the instant match reaction. If you've enjoyed it, then leave a like if you want. Play ratings will be up shortly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe if you're new. My review will be up probably tomorrow because I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to try and just detox myself from that shower of shite because I've had about 4 hours sleep. I'm absolutely shattered. I'm fuming, and I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. 1 away win all season. 6 points I think we've picked up away. Draw at Leeds, draw at United, draw at Chelsea. And they don't deserve us. They really, really don't. They really, really don't deserve us. It's horrible. It's horrible. I was at the game yesterday, and I think the fourth goal went in, and Michael Keane went down with an injury. He got volleyed by Mason Holgate. Mason Holgate volleyed the ball in his face, and people around us were cheering and go, "Get him off! He's got to go off!" And fella turned round to him. I turned round, and this fella behind me just said, "It's sad, this, isn't it, mate? It's sad. This is our football club. This is what we've become, and it is. This is what we are now. 15, 16, 17-hour days to watch us get battered." And I don't want to hear Seamus Coleman say, "We know." Fuck off, Seamus. You're part of the problem. Seriously. Frank Lampard, I think, got it wrong in his post-game press conference. I'm not a magician. I haven't come in with a magic wand. Need to look at the bigger picture. What he really should have said was, "We're absolutely shite. That was abysmal today. And these players are a disgrace." Period. That was it. But there you go. Let us know in the comment section down below. If you've enjoyed, leave a like. Nice one for watching. See you after.